Hey there and welcome to my channel. Now let's go back to the 1920s. The economy was booming after World War I with people spending lots of money on new cars. This was because the growth in car ownership was happening across the nation in both urban and rural areas. And what better way to celebrate than at the local car dealership? I love the name of this place. It just sounds so American. There are so many different makes and models to choose from, not to mention all the accessories. And speaking of accessories, I need a hat, some goggles, and a driving. I mean, look at this one. This would make me the envy of all the other ladies in town. In 1923, Ford produced 1 million cars, but by 1927, they were making 2 million a year. You know, it's a lot more stylish than the old Model T. Don't you think? My goodness, look at this. It has a shiny new grille, rounded front and back, and those headlights look like the eyes of some wild animal ready to prowl the streets at night. What do you think, Thomas, is it? Do you think it's an improvement over the old Model T? They were making so many cars that they decided to replace their old Model T with a brand new design, the Ford Model A. This was unveiled to the public back in 1927. I do like the idea of having a pink car, but I don't think it would go down too well with the other men in town. Why is that? Well, it doesn't have a solid steel frame. The chassis is made of both steel and wood. Back in the day, tires were made from either wood or rubber. And the ones fitted to the model are made from this material called rayon. And the horn is in pretty much the same position too, and the interior has also changed. Gone is the bench seat in favor of individual seats for the driver and the passenger. The side-mounted spare wheel is also gone and it's now mounted at the back. They don't last that long, but they are very soft and comfortable to ride on. And instead of the 4-speed gearbox in the Model T, the Model only has 3 gears. By the end of 1928, Ford had sold over 1 million of these. So the public were loving it, but it wasn't all good news. I guess they were thinking more about fuel efficiency rather than performance. It comes fitted with a winch as standard, as well as a sturdier suspension system. People wanted a more stylish and modern-looking vehicle, and Ford delivered. In fact, it was one of the first cars to feature this type of independent rear axle suspension. Look out, Model T, you've been a great car and we're gonna miss you. Oh, and look, they even made a pickup truck. If only they had electric motors. We could use it to charge all of our gadgets. That would be great. This decade is referred to as the Roaring Twenties, and it saw the start of an automotive revolution. Just picture yourself in this, wind in your hair and the sun on your face as you tear down the open road. That was part of the reason why everyone loved that car. It didn't matter if you got it dirty or scratched, it wouldn't rust. They added a supercharger to the engine, which gave it around 60 horsepower. And they entered this into a race. The car ended up crashing and bursting into flames, killing both of them instantly. Maybe the authorities should have done something about that. It's so bright and cheerful. Let's pop the bonnet and see what's going on under the hood. Ooh, it's a little bit messy in here. That's not very good. The Model A does have a much more powerful engine, but it's not as reliable as the Model T. However, the Model A does have an all-steel body, which is supposed to be stronger. The driver was charged with, wait for it, manslaughter after causing the death of a policeman. What? Policemen weren't even armed back then. Who shot him? But if you do bump into something, then it will crumple. Now that doesn't sound good. Compare that to the 20 horsepower of the Model T, and it also has 3 main selling points: style, comfort, and economy. The engine might be more powerful, but it's still very economical. You can fit the whole family in here, plus it has a trunk where you can keep all of your picnic baskets and golf clubs. No need to hire a horse or get a train to take you and your family on outings. You can just hop in your motor and away you go. Just remember, if you do fancy getting one of these, make sure that you book it well in advance. The factories simply cannot make them fast enough to satisfy demand. You can keep your hat on this one. However, this car is a little bit low on power, So get out your glad rags and we lines spend a day in this era when car ownership boomed. We are here in a small town, somewhere in America, USA, 1927. The location could be any place in America. Today is a big day for us because we have come to trade in our old banger of a car for a brand new motor. We have been saving up for this for ages, but now that Mr. Thomas has got a promotion at work and a pay rise, we can finally afford our very own automobile. Oh boy, oh boy. It's not just us that want to get their hands on a set of wheels. Everyone wants a motor car. You want something sportier? Well, how about this beauty right over here? It's a two-seater. Want something with a bit more room? How about this monster? And you know what? Cars were being made faster than ever before. I think it looks great. I love it, but it doesn't have a solid non-corrosive steel body like the Model T. Oh, look, they even had a version of the Model that was painted pink. Speaking of trucks, did you know that in 1928, one was involved in a serious accident after running a red light? Not only does the Model have a much sleeker design, but it also has a more powerful engine, one that produces 40 horsepower. Oh, look at that nice paint job. I love the color. It may be a little bit more uncomfortable for you, Berther. The tires are also a little bit disappointing. One thing that hasn't changed is the steering wheel. It's exactly the same size as the one fitted to the Model T, but the big question is, can it go off-roading? Can it? Yes, it can. Ford made over 18 million of these. Now it's time for a change. Bring on the Model A. On New Year's Eve, two teenagers took it upon themselves to hot rod a Model A, but the Model A went on to be one of the best-selling cars of all time, thanks to its sleek new design and powerful engine. But the Model A went on to be one of the best-selling cars of all time, thanks to its sleek new design and powerful engine. But the Model A went on to be one of the best-selling cars of all time, thanks to its sleek new design and powerful engine. But the Model A went on to be one of the best-selling cars of all time, thanks to its sleek new design and powerful engine. But the Model A went on to be one of the best-selling cars of all time, thanks to its sleek new design and powerful engine. But the Model A went on to be one of the best-selling cars of all time, thanks to its sleek new design and powerful engine. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please leave a comment, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Until next time.